Think of our bodies as running on ancient software, perfected for a world of hunting and foraging. The problem is we're trying to run it in a hyper-modern world, and the system is glitching. One of the biggest glitches, the dramatic rise of cancer. Now, cancer isn't new. We've found it in mummies, but its prevalence is. So what was our ancestors' secret? It wasn't one thing, but a lifestyle that acted as a powerful, built-in shield. First, their diet. They were the original farm-to-table enthusiasts, where the farm was the entire wild world. They ate a huge variety of plants, nuts, and lean meat, packing in fiber that fueled a diverse gut microbiome. There were no ultra-processed snacks with ingredient lists longer than your arm. Second, movement. Their daily grind was the workout. No gym memberships needed when your survival depends on walking, climbing, and carrying. Compare that to our modern lives, often spent glued to a chair. Our genes simply expect us to move. Finally, their environment. They lived by the sun's rhythm, breathing cleaner air, free from a soup of industrial chemicals. While their life had acute stressors, like a grumpy saber-toothed prager, they were spared the chronic, low-grade burnout that plagues us today. So, what can we do? We can't go back to the cave, but we can channel our inner hunter-gatherer. Eat real food, load up on plants, move your body in ways that feel good every single day. Get outside and reconnect with nature, and prioritize sleep, giving your body the rest it desperately needs to repair itself. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. By making these small changes, we're not just mimicking the past, we're giving our ancient biology the best chance to thrive in a modern world.
Imagine you're an archaeologist, carefully examining hundreds of ancient Egyptian mummies. You're looking for clues about their lives, their health, their deaths. What you're not finding, however, is almost as important as what you are, because in all these ancient remains, there's a ghost, a missing disease. You find almost no evidence of cancer. Professor Rosalie David, after leading one such study, came to a jaw-dropping conclusion. Cancer isn't some ancient curse coded into our genes. She suggests it's essentially a man-made disease, a product of modern life. So, what exactly is cancer? In the simplest terms, it's when some of our body's cells basically forget their expiration date. They refuse to die. They just keep dividing and growing, like that one guest at a party who doesn't get the hint it's over. Eventually, this cellular mob can overwhelm the body's security detail, our immune system. If our ancient ancestors had the same basic biology as us, what was protecting them? What have we lost? The answers are both shockingly simple and profound. First, let's talk about a workout. Not the 1-hour spin class you cram in before sitting for 8 hours. I'm talking about their entire day. Our ancestors moved a lot. On average, they walked about 14 kilometers or 9 miles every single day. That wasn't exercise, that was just life. Hunting, gathering, moving with the seasons. They weren't training for a marathon, they were just surviving. We, on the other hand, have mastered the art of sitting. We sit in cars, at desks, on couches. Our biggest daily trek is often from the home office to the fridge, and we call it a screen break. That constant low-level movement was their baseline, and it's a powerful defense we've almost completely abandoned. Second, the sun. We've become a culture that fears the sun, hiding from it under layers of sunscreen and clothing. But for our ancestors, the sun was a constant companion. All that time spent outdoors meant their bodies were churning out a crucial hormone, vitamin D. We now have research confirming that natural vitamin D production is protective against at least 23 different types of cancer. It's a built-in shield, forged by sunlight, that we've traded for the fluorescent glow of an office ceiling. And here's a big one that might sound familiar from today's wellness circles: fasting. This is not a new fad from Silicon Valley. The ancient Greek physician Hippocrates was prescribing periodic fasting 2,500 years ago. Why? Because when our bodies go without food, they kickstart a process called autophagy. Think of it as your body's deep cleaning service. Autophagy is when your cells identify old, damaged, or malfunctioning parts, including precancerous cells, and recycle them. It's a fundamental self-repair mechanism. Our ancestors experienced this naturally, not because they were trying to, but because food wasn't always available 24/7 at the nearest drive-thru. They had cycles of feast and famine. We just have feast. Constant movement, a daily dose of sunshine, and a built-in cellular cleaning crew. These are powerful protectors we've largely engineered out of our modern lives. But they're not the only ones. There are several other key factors that shielded our ancestors from this disease. And the last one is the one that will likely surprise you the most.
We've seen the evidence in ancient remains across the globe. Cancer is practically a ghost in the ancient world. But why? Did our ancestors just get lucky? Or did they know something profound about health that we've forgotten? The answer isn't some single magic bullet. It's a blueprint for living, hidden in plain sight for hundreds of thousands of years. First, let's talk about the dark. No, not a spooky campfire story. I mean real, absolute, pitch-black darkness. When the sun went down, our ancestors' world went dark. This nightly plunge triggered a flood of melatonin. We casually call it the sleep hormone, but it's more like a team of microscopic superheroes. Melatonin is now confirmed to have powerful anti-tumor properties. It's your body's elite nightly cleanup crew, seeking out and destroying rogue cells before they can cause trouble. But what happens when you introduce a tiny glowing rectangle into that darkness 3 inches from your face? Your smartphone, your laptop, your TV. That blue light slams the brakes on melatonin production. Your ancient brain gets a simple, devastating message. It's not dark yet. Cancel the cleanup crew. Okay, so we're sleeping with the lights on. What about what we ate? We know they didn't have drive-thrus, but it's deeper than that. Their diet wasn't just unprocessed, it was actively anti-inflammatory. They ate hundreds of different wild plants, packed with chemicals our bodies evolved to use as medicine. Meanwhile, cancer cells have a favorite food. They are absolutely ravenous for sugar and thrive in an inflammatory environment. The modern diet of refined sugars and processed junk is like rolling out a red carpet and throwing a non-stop banquet for disease. Our ancestors, by contrast, were starving it out without even trying. But here's the factor that shocks almost everyone. It's not just what you eat or how you sleep, but who you're with. Modern science has delivered a bombshell of a finding. Chronic social isolation can be as damaging to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Let that sink in. Our ancestors were never alone. They lived in tight-knit tribes of around 150 people. This constant, effortless sense of belonging wasn't just emotional comfort, it was a biological shield. It kept chronic stress hormones like cortisol in check, which we know suppresses the immune system. We are biochemically hardwired for community. Our bodies interpret deep loneliness not as a feeling, but as a life-threatening emergency. So what does it all mean? As Professor Zimmerman concluded after studying thousands of ancient mummies, the virtual absence of cancer in antiquity isn't a mystery, it's a signpost. It tells us that cancer isn't some random flaw in our genetic code, but a predictable response to a deeply unnatural, modern, industrialized environment. And this is where the fear stops and your power begins. This is an invitation to feel empowered, not broken. Your body wasn't built for this world, but the tools that protect it are still available. This isn't about fate written in your DNA. You are not genetically predisposed to it. You are environmentally predisposed to it. The environment that protects you is 300,000 years old. It's an ancient operating system still running inside of you. And your body, your incredible, resilient body, still remembers exactly what to do when you give it back a little of what it was designed for. A little more darkness, a little less sugar, a little more real human connection. You are not broken. You are ancient. As a brief reminder, this podcast is for educational purposes only. Please consult with your healthcare provider for any personal health concerns.